Following their failure to secure the title last season, Mikel Arteta stressed that it was crucial that Arsenal's recruitment this summer elevate them to the next level. Today, we delve into Arsenal's shortcomings from the previous season, analyse their activities in the summer transfer window, and evaluate whether they have what it takes to contend for the title in the upcoming season. Before we begin, we kindly request that you consider subscribing to the channel, as your support would be truly invaluable to us. 2 years ago, Arsenal found themselves in a very different position. Finishing 8th in the Premier League for the second consecutive season, they struggled with a passive approach that hindered their progress. During Mikel Arteta's early tenure as manager, he was often seen on the touchline, meticulously directing every pass made by his team. However, as time went on, this level of micromanagement decreased significantly. Arteta and his team went through a period of growth together, allowing them to develop a deeper understanding and connection. Today, he no longer needs to inundate them with excessive information. Arsenal's framework and comprehension have reached a level where players are granted the freedom to take control of individual situations. In the previous season, Arsenal surprised everyone with their best ever start to a Premier League campaign, amassing an impressive 50 points from the first 19 games. Leading a title race they weren't even expected to be part of, they showcased magical football and several players blossomed. Throughout the season, they were a joy to watch. Arsenal has transformed into a team that dominates games. They excel in ball possession and press aggressively when out of possession. Their squad comprises of technically gifted players who excel at retaining the ball and possess the ability to deliver precise and incisive passes, dynamic dribbles, and deadly finishes. These players are young, energetic, and driven, demonstrating both street smarts in stealing possession and a physical prowess to match. Arsenal's mental sharpness and lightning-fast transitions allow them to be a potent force on the break. When they find themselves in positions to create scoring opportunities, they appear utterly efficient and deadly, playing an exceptionally stylish and direct style of football that captivates viewers' imaginations. Back in March, Arsenal held a 5-point lead over Manchester City and impressively led the league for a total of 248 days. However, their hopes of clinching the title evaporated as they faltered in the final stretch, dropping 15 crucial points over their last 9 games. Manchester City eventually secured the title with 2 matches to spare. Despite falling short of their ultimate goal, the reception Mikel Arteta and his team received after their final day victory was heartening. Last season had achieved something tangible for Arsenal. It brought the club back together and made the Emirates Stadium feel like a true home at last. This positive transformation marks just the beginning of a journey. Arteta's youthful squad now face the challenge of proving their worth in the years to come. Looking back, the main obstacle that prevented Arsenal from pushing the title race to the wire was their insufficient squad depth. Injuries to Saliba and Tomiyasu during the same mid-March game against Sporting Lisbon left them vulnerable on the right side of their defence. Moreover, the lack of depth at centre-back, certain weaknesses in Partey's game when playing a pivotal role, and the absence of like-for-like options to rotate the wingers or add a different attacking dimension all took their toll on Arsenal's campaign. Amid any regrets, Arsenal's season has been truly delightful on multiple fronts. Supporting a football club goes beyond mere trophies, players, or history. It's about finding a place where you truly belong, and that sense of belonging has been one of the greatest achievements of Arsenal's season. Countless fans have felt a profound connection to the club, experiencing a level of belonging they haven't felt in years. Interestingly, when Arteta was asked to describe Arsenal's 22-23 season in one word, he chose connection. He used this term not only to describe the unity between the fans, players, and ownership off the pitch, but the same word can be used for how they performed on the pitch. Arteta has successfully assembled the youngest team in the league, and though this alone doesn't guarantee trophies, it has provided Arsenal with a strong foundation to build upon after an impressive breakthrough season. Looking ahead to the next season, Arsenal's objective should be to preserve and enhance the connection, fluidity, and proactive approach they've cultivated so far. Building on this foundation will be key to elevating their performance to new heights. During his initial 3.5 years as a manager, Mikel Arteta has made several tough and often unpopular decisions. He stripped the armband, replaced energy suckers with energy givers, and introduced young and sometimes less glamorous players to the squad. This focus on building a distinct culture gradually transformed Arsenal into genuine contenders in the Premier League. However, when analysing their collapse in form during the final 2 months of the previous season, a different kind of ruthlessness was probably required. After an exceptional season that surpassed all expectations, the question arose, how could the team be elevated further? Many might attribute the late season dip to the squad's youthfulness, as they were the youngest in the Premier League. Some believed that lacking enough experienced players during critical moments led to emotional lapses and hindered their chances against tougher opponents. However, Arteta firmly rejected this notion. He remains resolute in his vision, doubling down on the belief that young players growing and evolving together will eventually lead Arsenal to their ultimate destination, becoming Premier League champions. For Arteta, the focus isn't solely on the players' ages. It's about the invaluable experiences they've gained and the character they've developed through the game. Arsenal's recruitment strategy revolves around seeking out players with a strong track record of availability and substantial minutes played from an early age. By doing so, they're building a core of young talents who possess wisdom beyond their years. Arteta's ultimate aim is for these players to evolve into leaders who will propel the team forward. During their US tour, Mikel Arteta's three new signings, 24-year-olds Declan Rice and Kai Havertz, and 22-year-old Jurrien Timber, were all present. Arsenal, boasting an average age of 24.7, ranked as the fourth youngest team among Europe's top 5 leagues in the previous season. However, remarkably, they stood out as the sole team from the top 20 to secure qualification for the Champions League. The other branch of Arsenal's recruitment strategy that's become increasingly important is that they're signing players based on their attributes and versatility rather than simply their positions at their previous clubs. For instance, when they signed goalkeeper Ramsdale, his impressive distribution skills immediately set him apart from his predecessor Bernd Leno. Ben White's ability to carry the ball forward from a slightly different position on the pitch became a valuable asset, much like Zinchenko's impact at left back, resulting in a more vertical passing style for Arsenal. Currently, Arsenal's first-choice defence boasts players who are either skilled at progressing the ball or physically imposing. Jurrien Timber further adds to this mix with his composure on the ball, speed and versatility in various defensive roles. Similarly, Declan Rice's versatility in midfield stands out, having played multiple roles for West Ham since his debut in 2017. Arteta is likely to utilise him as a number 6, benefiting from his excellent defensive abilities, while also allowing him to contribute effectively in advancing the ball forward. Rice's acquisition is a statement signing, as he's only 24 years old, ensuring his presence at the highest level for the next decade. This transfer reinforces Arsenal's firm intention to challenge City even more vigorously in the upcoming season. The prospect of a midfield trio composed of Havertz, Ødegaard and Rice, all aged 24 and entering their prime, sparks excitement for Arsenal's future success. These players exemplify Arteta's desired qualities in his squad members: tactical intelligence, technical proficiency and an unwavering work ethic. With such talented additions, Arsenal looks set to build a strong foundation for the years ahead. Last year, Arsenal exuded a sense of naivety, approaching the pressure with a carefree, nothing-to-lose attitude. Their unexpected presence in the title race allowed for such an approach. However, things have changed now, and they must bear the weight of their reputation and the heightened expectations that follow after spending around $260 million. The question arises, can Arsenal mount another title challenge next year? Retaining their top talent was a significant step, and securing contract extensions for players like Ramsdale, Gabriel, Martinelli, Saka and Saliba provides a strong foundation for Arsenal to build upon. Moreover, the type of players they've recruited signals their capability to continue to flourish. It's difficult to overlook Manchester City, especially until Pep Guardiola departs. Nevertheless, Arsenal must focus on consolidating their position as a Champions League side, which is essential for their finances and ability to invest in the squad. Their immediate aim should be to establish themselves in the top-tier European competition, but they should also aspire to be part of the title race once more. Liverpool's resurgence could present a formidable challenge, and United's strengthening makes them a team to watch out for. However, Arsenal should have confidence in their ability to be the best among the rest. Without making wild predictions, one can envision that the signings made during this summer window might serve as a catalyst to transform Arsenal from a nearly ready team into a determined and high-quality side capable of ending their 20-year wait for a championship. At the very least, it should bolster their capacity to sustain a competitive title challenge. Do you believe Arsenal can win the league next season? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you for your support.